Alright YouTube, what is going on? It is ConflctNerd Callum here today, bringing you another episode of our Cities XXL Let's Play Barica. Today, as you can see, we're starting off here with, we basically landed up filling up TP Island, which is a bit of an issue because we're still going to need more executives and more elites for my master plan, which is to basically fill up the downtown area with offices and get this series basically closer to a close. So as you can see, we've filled up this area here, the whole island's full now. I really like this island actually. If you look at it from different angles, it is so smart. I think this is probably my favourite angle here. I do apologise about the frame rate, but it is just really nice to look at from both ends. I think it's just really smart. It's all elites and executives. If you just joined this series, then this is where the more high-end people basically live. There's no building like too tall on the island, and there's not too small, but obviously if you look over to the sort of the main city in the distance, you can actually see how the city looks, and I really like the look of that. I'm really happy with how this is shaping up, especially with this game's limitations it has. Along with that, we've gone ahead and completed Shetland Island. Shetland Island is a mixture of unskilled and skilled workers, and as you can see, it is mainly skyscrapers. It's all high density, by the way. Everything on this island is high density, the commercial and the residential. And I've also gone ahead and added in some trees. I couldn't add any trees on the outer lying areas just due to the decoration glitch, but I think it is looking the best it really can at this stage, to be honest. I'm quite happy with it, and I'm happy with its connections as well. The two bridges, or the bridge and the two tunnels, I guess you could say. Very quickly, just going to go ahead and look at the traffic. The traffic really hasn't sorted itself out, and if anything, it's actually made itself worse, which is really frustrating. Bus lines, as you can see, there's plenty of buses serving this whole city. Loads and loads serving this whole city, and the bus uptake it's really not actually that bad, to be honest. But it's just not quite there. It's just not quite, you know, doing us the justification we really need it to. I'm going to continue to expand stuff. One thing I'm very quickly going to do, which I never realised, is we need to go ahead and relay the metro lines. So with that done now, we have 4 lines actually going through our city. So I basically installed the previous 2, and I've also added in this pink line here. The pink line basically serves the downtown area, the airport. Part of Barica proper. It's actually got the only station on Shetland Island, which is interesting, and it comes over here to Spartica. Basically the green line, the same as it, I think it was pretty much the same as it used to be. Stations in the industrial zone might be in a different order, but I don't really think they are. But that is pretty much that done, to be honest. Hopefully now, with that on top of all the bus additions, that will go ahead and help out the traffic congestion. It's always going to get difficult when we get up to this higher population, but we really can't do too much about that. So looking at the traffic map now, I don't think things are as bad as they were. However, it's just going to be a real uphill battle from here, but we'll continue to work on things little by little. So the first thing I want to go ahead and do now is we want to go ahead and start off our new town, because basically the new offices that we have built, so we need to go ahead and we need skilled and executives for those offices. We've got plenty of skilled unemployability, which is amazing to see. However, we need to go ahead and build more executive housing because TP Island is full. We're going to go ahead and get that started here. So this is going to be a little bit interesting to do just because we've obviously got the main tunnel in the way, which is kind of frustrating. But what we're going to do is we're going to have to build, that's the problem, Main Street is really going to have to be really deep here, just because of the fact that the tunnel is causing a wee bit of odd terraforming, and it's going to unfortunately cause odd terraforming when we do building here pretty much. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by building a line of houses pretty much along here, and then we'll basically just go from there and see how things do. So we'll start off with 2x5s, and we'll build, you can only get 3 blocks in there, which is a bit disappointing actually. Then what we're going to do on top of that is add some more housing in here along the front. What we're going to do is we're going to do a free zone actually. I think that's probably the best thing to do. You definitely don't have to be large avenues. What you're going to do is you're just going to sort of extend yourself along here. We're going to sort of have that coastal road again that we had, and have something like that. because it is medium density, I can't really get away with a thin road that we were using previously, which is kind of unfortunate. But to be honest, I think you're a small avenue. Small avenue still looks not bad, to be fair, along there. Now, people aren't moving in, understandably, because everything is low, so we need to go ahead and start off by building our services. So let's go ahead and very quickly do that. So we're looking at city services, we're looking at health. I think you should probably get yourself a medical institute, just because we've not built one of those in a while. You'll get an elementary school, and you'll also get a high school as well. Unfortunately, we can't build on that plot. It's just because of the tunnel, for some reason, again, this game being that bit weird. We're going to go ahead and build you a police station, and you're also going to get yourself your own fire station. So that's the services pretty much provided now. We need to go ahead and accommodate, though, for leisure, which is the next thing. So if we jump back into leisure here, what do you guys want? I can imagine you're probably going to want I don't really know what you want, to be honest. I mean, we've built pretty much everything under the bus now that I actually want to build. A swimming pool I think would make sense, maybe a golf range. I don't know how much extra satisfaction this gives them. I mean, that fits in really good there. Beside the road. Swimming pool, you'll help a little bit, but not too much. What about a soccer pitch? Yeah, you'll do it in there nicely. We can probably get a swimming pool up the back there. What else? I mean, literally, what else? We're not going to go ahead and build a stadium. I think that'd be a bit too much. But for now, to be honest, that seems to have made everyone pretty happy. We'll go ahead and build a wee basketball court up there as well. And then the final thing we need to do is basically just build some shops in this area to keep them people happy. So if we very quickly go here into commerce, high density, what I think I'm going to do is just build a small area of high density. Or no, well, you know, we'll go for medium density in a free zone over here is what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and we're just basically going to build a triangle in there. And I think that works quite well. And I think this place is starting to finally take shape, which is nice. What I'm going to do is add in a bit of decoration. This is actually a really fast build for a town. I don't think I've ever built a wee town like this at this fast a pace before. But I'm happy with everything so far. What we're going to do now is jump into build more executives, basically. So if we go in here, we're going to build another free zone, actually, because free zones seem to really be working quite well. No, that's not free zone tool, is it? Go ahead and oh, it's having terraforming issues. I don't like that. That's probably going to have to do, unfortunately. To be fair, you get a lot of houses in there, so I'll take that, no problem. And then finally, I just really want to go ahead and fill up this area along here with some more houses. Let's just very quickly go ahead and look at how everything is doing. Our statistic wise, we do have unemployment, which is really good to see. Traffic's really bad, we're always going to get that issue, which is kind of frustrating. So now we've got that, I guess, unemployment, we can definitely go ahead and start building some more offices, which I'm really excited to do. So if we very quickly just jump into industry offices, we're never going to build high density, I don't think, it's just not going to happen. So what I want to do first of all is build a small block coming down from you and filling that area up there. Now it's not going to let me just because there's not enough room on that adjoining road supposedly, but I know that is bullshit. So what I'm going to do is probably have to manually do this, which really fucking frustrates me. It really does, but it won't take too long. So you're there, that's what we're pretty much doing. You're literally not letting me build that, are you? That's so fucking bullshit. Right, we'll build that up to there, and hopefully that is the right dimensions to go ahead and get an office area in. So if we go ahead and try this for the second time. Yes, it is, bar some really weird office placement at the end there, which we'll very quickly go ahead and change. So obviously these people are going to have quite a large commute, which is something I can't really avoid, unfortunately. It's just the way things are going to have to be. But we've got all the metro in place, we've got all the transport in place, so I don't really see why it should be a big deal. But, you know, this game makes it a big deal, so that's just the way this game is. Well, there's another single office there. I don't think we'll get a 2x10 in this area over here. So we'll go for the medium density. I'm quite happy to build you once or twice more. Yeah, pretty happy with that. And what we'll do is we'll scatter some more offices around the edge. Like so. This is quite a lot of offices actually, so I can imagine we're going to have to build even more houses on top of that. And then we're pretty much coming to a close actually. We're just about filled up this whole area, to be honest. And we're going to need an area for some more special buildings anyway. So what I'm going to do very quickly now is decorate some of this, because we can definitely go ahead and do that. It's mainly going to be like posh urban plazas and stuff like that on the outside. I don't really want too much trees, though we will have a bit of trees. But that looks nice there. I think along the back here, just because it's a bit rugged, I think trees would make sense along the back of here. So we go ahead and build some trees in with that there. I think a urban plaza would make sense in that tiny little bit there. And as that fills up, the downtown area is really starting to become a downtown area, if you know what I mean. We've got a variety of height, which I really like actually. We can definitely go ahead and start building some more business hotels down here. I think that is a very, very good idea. So hotels and business hotels to get us going. I've unlocked so many more business hotels, which is really nice to see. These are mainly going to go... These can go in a variety of different places, to be fair actually. A lot of them will go around the outside if I have any more room on the outside. I don't have too much more room on the outside, to be fair. Outside of the expressway ring road, which is kind of unfortunate, but what we'll do is we'll build some more on the inside as well here. Just along here. And I think that will do for now. So let's see how you guys look. You look very nice, used to new hotels, and you're plus 20% fuel production, which is nice to see. So that area is slowly but surely going to fill up. Still got unemployment, which is nice to see. How's all the public transport doing? So we can go ahead and make the Pink Line a short metro, but bar that, everything's doing, it's just a wee bit mixed, which is understandable. How are we doing on the buses? The buses have definitely decreased, just due to the fact that the metro's again taking over. So we can go ahead and drop you. The park and rides, they're doing quite well in terms of upkeep, however low on fill rate. So again, I don't really know how that works, but we'll leave that for now and not worry about that. But I'm starting to think we're probably going to be done this in a few episodes, and I'm not joking by that actually. I think I scheduled myself for 7 more episodes, but I don't have 7 more episodes of building to do. That is for sure. The city is really starting to pretty much be done. What we're going to do now actually is jump over and do something totally different. We're going to build more farms, which is a really weird end to the video. So let's go ahead and do that very quickly. We're going to have a small avenue and we're going to have a bendy road. The farmland is in a variety of different places along here, so we need to go ahead and basically just tap into it, which is what we're going to do. So we're going to have a long windy road come along here, pretty much parallel to the expressway, and you're just going to link in here. Then what I want to do is go ahead and very quickly just look at what we're looking for here. We're looking for resources and we're looking for fertile areas. So as you can see there, this road basically just shows us where we need to go ahead and modify some of these roads, that is for sure. So let's go ahead and do that. We need a small avenue, probably coming from about there, bending around here, coming to about there and going into about there. I think that's a good shout. And then we're going to need to have another road which basically goes from about there to there, because the rest of this road up here is pretty redundant. So with that done, we can go ahead and add in some more farms, which is nice to see. I just want to very quickly check the water map. Have we maximized? We've not even maximized the water on our map yet. So we'll very quickly go ahead and do that first, because that is priority number 1. So that's another water tower in there, and we really hardly have any water area left now, but we will go ahead and build a road up here to, I think, go ahead and just pull this resource out, because we might as well maximize all our resources. I mean, we've maximized fuel. I mean, that was an extremely, extremely long time ago now, but it was definitely worth doing, that is for sure. Anyway, so what I want is your road to pretty much just sort of whip around like that, and you can join back into there. So it's a kind of hideous road. Hopefully we can get 2 water towers on this road though, that is my aim. I've also got some storage stations as well, which can go, or we had 1, which we can go ahead and add in there. So there we go, that is all the water maximized. Hopefully that's going to go ahead and have a knock-on effect on some tokens. Omnicorp's a bit all over the place now. We've got much more offices which can go ahead and trade, though that's having a knock-on effect on manufacturing, high-tech, all that sort of stuff. We'll sort that out another time, however. Good thing is we've got 2 water tokens to trade if we need to, which we might as well go ahead and do that and make some money. So for the rest of this episode, what we're going to go ahead and do is add in some farms. Farms is something we've not built since probably, I don't really know what episode, but it's been quite a while. So the first thing before we actually go ahead and build farms is we're going to go ahead and build in some of the buildings. So a silo there, that is the official silo. So we'll go ahead and put one there, and we'll go ahead and put in another official silo here, I think. Those will be the 2 locations for them, because these are mainly the fertile areas which we're going to be building around. So let's go ahead and start. Again, we're going to try and maximize our resource here. We're going to build some really large farms like so, and basically I'm just going to go ahead and speed this up, because all I'm going to be doing is placing farms for the next 5 minutes. Right, so there we go, that's me filled up that first area. Again, this is having knock-on effects on, because it's mainly on the farms. I believe it's unskilled workers that just work, so it's just unskilled workers. So these are going to need a more unskilled workers, so that's again having a knock-on effect. We're getting demand for everyone bar elites right now, so we need to go ahead and accommodate for that. They'll do that off camera. With that area built, we're just going to go ahead and finish off building this area, and then we're going to wrap this episode up for today. And there we go, so that is the final farming area built pretty much. Some interesting shaped farms in this area actually, but that is the resource maximized in the sense of I can't build any more farms, because I believe that has us filled up all the fertile areas which don't have a population core on them. As you can see, it pretty much is. It looks actually really interesting, the shape of the farms. I really do like it though. It's like a valley, a farm valley, I guess you could say. Unfortunately, some of it tips into Spartica, but that was me being silly, and I should have checked my resources map before I started building Spartica. But with that done, what I'm going to do in between this and the next episode is go ahead and just make a few changes with... Basically, we have a problem with the food industries. They're having trouble hiding right now, so we need to go ahead and address that issue, which I'll do in between episodes. Just, again, get rid of it and make sure it's not, because again, it's repetitive, which I know me saying this is also getting repetitive. Overall, though, with that done, we're very quickly going to go ahead and check this. As you can see, we need a lot more people basically in our city to go ahead and help everything function. I'm hoping now, though, that with the food industry... You can see Omnicorp's a real mess, but we have a lot of food tokens which we can go ahead and trade out, which is great. Along with that, actually, before we go, we can go ahead and add in a very special building, which I've been wanting to build for a while now, I guess. It's going to go in our office area downtown here, and it's going to be basically the additional 20% for food industry or whatever. So we actually have 2 new buildings, which I'm going to go ahead and build. We have this one here, first of all, which is the, I believe you are the, I can't remember which one you are. You're the 35% plus food industry, which is nice to see. And then, oddly, that has changed there for some reason. We did have another one there, which we'll look into next episode, I guess. But that's that built now. Again, you're going to require more people, but that's going to generate us more food. So we're going to have plenty of food tokens to go ahead and sell now, which is great. The time we get more workers into that industry, then we'll have even more tokens on top of that 11 to go ahead and trade, and we'll hopefully go ahead and start sorting out Omnicorp a bit next episode, because it is a bit all over the place. Anyway, that is all for this episode of Barica. If you'd like me to go ahead and build anything, we've probably got about 2-3 episodes left in this series, so please go ahead and tell me if you'd like to see anything get built. We are going to build the stadium at some point, we will get round to that. Next episode is going to focus on the finishing off the office district downtown pretty much. and we will go from there. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Barika. My name is ConflctNerd Callum, and I'm out.